Hey everybody, so welcome to my early 2020 NHL mock draft. So it's an early one because, as you probably know, that we're not really sure exactly who's going to be, or let's put it, what teams are going to be picking and what order they're going to be picking in because the NHL suspended the season. So this is the standings for where the season, when it was suspended, where they were. And I know there'll be changes, and I'll do another draft once we know exactly when the draft is going to be and what the order is going to be, who wins the lottery, all that kind of stuff. I'll redo it, but this is an early version. I don't think it's going to be that much different that there's going to be like half the teams are going to be different. I don't think it's like that. There might be a couple of teams different and a couple of positions different. But so we're going to do an early one and see where we are, and we're having fun with it. So remember, these are my ideas. You can tell me I'm wrong, and maybe I am because we don't know. But they're just my ideas. We're having fun with it. So try not to be too brutal in the comments. I guess that reminds you. And if you have any comments about my picks here, let me know in the comment section who you would pick and who you would take away. So we're going to start off right away. So we got the list that starts with Detroit, got Ottawa the next two picks. That's how it stands right now. It might not end up that way, but Detroit's likely to end up with the first pick. I think they're likely anyway. They got the best chance. So obviously the first pick for Detroit is going to be Lafreniere. I don't see them taking somebody else here. I really don't. He's ready to step in right away. He's an elite player. There's going to be no doubt. He will be an elite player, if not a franchise player. He'll be definitely an elite player. Will have an impact right away. In his first season, he should have somewhat of an impact, especially for a Detroit team that really needs help badly. And I think that he's going to help right away. And I can't see them not taking Lafreniere. And whoever's in that spot, I think Lafreniere goes first. Next up, Ottawa. I think Ottawa doesn't really deviate here, and they take Byfield. I don't see how they turn him down. I really don't, because they have two picks in a row. I don't think Byfield goes past 3. They may say, well, 2, but it doesn't make a difference. They got 2 picks in a row, so they can pick it any way they want. But I think Byfield goes here. He's big, powerful, fast, scores goals. Good defensively. He's a dynamic player, great skill set, and number 1 center potential. So I think this is definitely the way it's going to go. Number 3. I don't know if I got this right. No, okay, I'm looking at it wrong here. Yeah, so number 3 is my hot take. Sorry, I have 2 lists here for 2 different reasons. Number 3 is my hot take pick. Ottawa has the 2 picks in a row. They can go one way, like take all offensive. They can maybe take Jamie Drysdale, defenseman. I think they're going to go differently. I think Ottawa needs a goalie. I really think they need a goalie. They're not really set in goal. They've got 2 okay goalies, but they're not set in goal. They have an opportunity here to take a number 1 goalie that they'll have for years that should be a great goalie. I don't see how he's going to be a bust, and I think they do it. I really do. I think there's a good chance that Ottawa goes off the board a little bit here and takes Askarov. So, Yaroslav Askarov. So, like I said, this is my hot take pick. Ottawa needs a number 1 goalie. I think that's a fact. So, they can take. He's a legitimate top 10 pick. Carey Price was picked number 5 when he was drafted. I don't think anybody says that he was picked too high. I think Askarov, when you go with that, he's a great player. He's probably going to be a great player, and he fills a real need for Ottawa. It's my hot take. I think they might go off the board and take him. He's an elite goalie. He's going to be an elite goalie, and he'll have an impact when he joins the Senators. I think in his first season he'll do well. It won't be his best season, but he'll do well. And I think they do. I think they might do this. Number 4 is the LA Kings, and the LA Kings, I think they go for defense, and they take the best defenseman in the draft, and that is the guy I really wish Montreal would be able to get, but I don't think he drops, and that's Jamie Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale, he is the best defenseman in the draft. The consensus is definitely he's the best defenseman in the draft. Let me get back to, sorry, getting a notice on my computer and caught my attention. He's an elite level skater. Great hockey IQ, intelligent player, great puck skills, number one defenseman potential. I say potential because he's a draft pick, but he should be the number one defenseman. Imagine him and Doughty together should be pretty good. Doughty at the end of his career, Drysdale just starting, good mentor for him. Yeah, I think if Drysdale's still there, they take Drysdale. Now, Ottawa may take Drysdale to pair him with Shabbat. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I just think Ottawa is going to go off the board and take Askarov and leaving LA to take Drysdale. Yeah, next up on this list. Next up is Anaheim. And I think this is where Anaheim takes Stutzle. I don't know how you pronounce it. How to spell? Did I get it right? Yeah. So Tim Stutzle, the German player, he's I think at 17, playing against men, doing well. He's got. Let me read what I wrote about him. I wrote something about him. Okay. First of all, he is in 41 games, 7 goals, 27 assists, 34 points, playing against men. He was the DEL, but that's the top league in Germany. Rookie of the year. He's a center, 6'1", 187. He's got good size, a great skater, soft hands, stick handling, good puck control, good vision, power play quarterback potential, but needs to work on his defensive play. I think Anaheim takes Stutzle. I don't think Stutzle falls farther than fifth. A lot of people think that he might go second, and he might, but he doesn't go past Anaheim. Next up is New Jersey. And New Jersey, I have New Jersey taking Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond goes to New Jersey. Let me find what I got on Raymond. I got it somewhere. Right here. He's 5'10", 165 pounds. He's a little small. Got to put on some weight. That's not a problem. He's young. Skating and speed are two of his big strengths. Sorry, I couldn't read my writing. He's got quick acceleration, hard to catch in a foot race, playmaker with a really good shot, accurate, great passer, great vision, exceptional puck handling, 200-foot player, excels defensively, and a potential superstar. So I really don't think Raymond slips past. I don't think he goes farther down. So New Jersey, who has 2 picks, they pick again 1, 2, 3, 4 later. So they have, like Ottawa, they have a good opportunity to get 2 really solid players here. And I don't think they pass on Lucas Raymond. Now, Buffalo is next. Now, this next pick is kind of biased, but I think it could still happen, but there's a reason why I'm putting it up here. Anybody watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? If anybody watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you'll understand why I put it here. I think Buffalo takes, what's his name? I don't know his first name. Alexander Holtz. Now, the main reason he's a good player, he probably deserves to be here. He does. But the main reason is, and I said Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Raymond Holtz. I just had to do it, right? I had to. Raymond Holtz, Captain Holtz, I had to do that. Okay. And it's actually likely that they might do this, so. Because I don't think Holtz goes, if he drops, not much farther. He's 6 feet, 183 pounds. He's a winger. He's from Sweden. Elite level hockey sense, good vision, high quality, high hockey IQ, not quality. Great work ethic, dynamic playmaker. He has an elite shot. He's a pure sniper. Good, heavy, accurate shot. Great anticipation and awareness. High compete level. Defensively, needs a little bit of work. But, I mean, I don't think he goes farther down. I think it actually works out. You might see it actually the other way around. Who knows? But I had to do it that way. Raymond Holtz. That's the way it goes. Next up is the big one for us, Habs fans. If you're a Habs fan like me, it's the big one. Now, I was really thinking that I really was up for Jake Sanderson as the player if we couldn't get Drysdale. But I know everyone thinks Cole Perfetti. If it goes like this, or Marco Rossi. But Marco Rossi's a little small. We have Cole Caulfield, and I don't think they go that way. I think that's the reason why Rossi drops a little bit is because of his size. But I think they do take Perfetti here. After checking him out, Reading his scouting report. Yeah, I do think they go with Perfetti, and here's why. If I can find him. Cole Perfetti. He's 5'11", so he's not as small. I thought Perfetti was smaller than that. So that's the same size Nick Suzuki is. He's 177 pounds. He's a center from Canada. He has an elite shot, great hockey IQ. He makes sound offensive decisions. His shot is accurate with a great release. He's a good playmaker and great offensive instincts. Last season, he went 37, 74, and 111, and that 74 assists was double from the year before. He doubled his assists. Same goals. He had 37 and 37, and then went 37, 74. So I said for 111 points. He draws attention to him to make room on the ice for his teammates. Elite scoring potential, elite skater, good puck skills. Now, he needs to be a little more physical and needs work on his defensive awareness. Kind of, to me, sounds like a Montreal Canadiens forward. So I think with who's been picked and who's behind them, I think they do go for Perfetti. So there you go. That for all the Habs fans, and since I'm a Habs channel, there's the big one, Cole Perfetti, Montreal, number 8. Number 9, Chicago. Now, everyone's got Chicago taking Askarov. And I get that. And I think if Askarov isn't picked at this point, if Ottawa doesn't, Chicago will take Askarov. I do believe that. I do think that's right. But in my case here, Askarov is gone. So Chicago also likes defensemen. I think Chicago takes Sanderson. They got a lot of defensemen in their system, I know. But they seem to like goalies, well, they need a goalie, and they like to draft defensemen. The best goalie in the draft, the only one that's going to get drafted in the first round, I think, is gone in my draft here. I think they go Jake Sanderson. And here's a little bit about Sanderson. He is the second best defenseman in the draft. Big physical player. Really good pedigree. His father is Jeff Sanderson. A longtime hockey player. Played for a lot of teams like a journeyman, but he was a good player. And a really great skater, and he taught that to his son. His son is a great skater and a great shooter, apparently. Top 4 potential, good passer, active stick, exceptional defending down low. So it's down by his net. He's really good at that. Great gap control, explosive transitional game, plays a clean game, great read and react. So Jeff Sanderson, a really good player, and Montreal might take him. You don't know, but I think they're going to go for Perfetti in this case. So we'll see. We'll find out. So that's Sanderson going to Chicago, number 9. Number 10 is New Jersey is up next at number 10. And I think that's where Marco Rossi drops down to number 10. Marco Rossi, so I think they take Rossi, and then they end up with Raymond and Rossi. Sounds like a law firm in Italy. Raymond and Rossi, no. Marco Rossi, let me read about him. I got him somewhere. Marco Rossi on the back here. He's a center, 5'9", although I've seen him listed at 5'8" and 3/4, but he's 5'9", 187 pounds, which means even though he's small, he's solidly built, which is good. He's from Austria. Last year, he played for the Ottawa 67s in 56 games, 39 goals, 81 assists for 120 points. The guy can produce. He produces big numbers everywhere he's played. Good fast skater, playmaker, good defensively, kills penalties, works hard, 200-foot player. I don't think he makes it past number 10 if he's still around. Although, look, Caulfield dropped because of his size. Rossi might drop as well. If he does, it's because of his size. If not, I think that's where he's taken, number 10. Number 11 is Minnesota. Minnesota. I think Minnesota is going to take the player that a lot of people think Montreal should take. And maybe Montreal will take this player as well. I don't know. But that's Anton Lundell. Now, Lundell is a Finnish player, so you'd think Montreal, that would be a good fit, and they might go with that because he's not a bad player. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, so he's got the size. He's a center from Finland, as I said. He's Finland's top prospect. Well-rounded game, good hockey sense and anticipation, always seems to be in the right place. He's a good playmaker. He excels down low in the cycle. High hockey IQ, top 6 potential, 200-foot player, scores everywhere he's played, responsible defensively, and good vision and passing. So he sounds like a really good player. I have a subscriber. Now, I don't remember what the name you're going by now, but I think that he told me that Lundell, I wasn't sold on Lundell. I had read something from a scout that didn't look promising, but he told me he's seen him plenty, and this is a really great hockey player, and he'd like to see Montreal draft him. So whatever that's worth, Montreal might take Lundell, but in my draft, Minnesota takes him. Next up is Winnipeg. Now, I'm sure Winnipeg would have liked to have Sanderson still there because I think Winnipeg really needs a defenseman. But I don't know about the next best defenseman. I don't think if he qualifies to be drafted this high, so I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to take a nice, I want to say he's big, a decent size center, and that's Dylan Holloway, who played with Cole Caulfield in Wisconsin. He didn't have as good a season in Wisconsin as they were hoping. He had 17 points. But he's a 6 foot, 190-pound center left wing born in Canada. Good vision and hockey sense. Always engaged in the play. High compete level. Good speedy skater. 200-foot player. Excellent defensive awareness. Solid net front presence. Good stick handler. But he needs a little bit more consistent scoring. So it's not a bad knock. I mean, he just needs to be a little more consistent. Look, Max Domi is here. That's one of his biggest problems. So I think that, who is it now? I'm talking about Winnipeg. Winnipeg goes after Holloway. Next up is the New York Rangers, and I think the New York Rangers take a center named Connor Zary. Connor Zary. Let's see what I got on Zary. I got him here somewhere, right here. Connor Zary, 6 foot, 181 pounds, decent size. He's a center, born in Canada. He's got a high hockey IQ, strong, very strong work ethic. No big weaknesses to his game. Apparently, that's the big knock on him, is he's got nothing that really stands out that scouts are really looking for. But he's got no weaknesses to his game. So that can be a bad thing. He's a good playmaker, effective two-way player and penalty killer, a 200-foot game he's got, slick stick handler, good puck control and puck possession, very versatile player, complete game with, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, complete game with no outstanding skill, no outstanding, like I was saying, no outstanding skill, but he's got the complete game. But it could cause him to drop out of the top 15. So he may drop out of this list, but I think maybe New York takes him. Next up, Florida at number 14, and I think this is where Jack Quinn goes. Jack Quinn, the brother of the Quinn in Vancouver, and there's another one. Names just escape me sometimes. He's a 6 foot, 179-pound right wing, born in Canada. He's a late riser in the rankings. He was projected in the 3rd round in last November. Last November, when they put out the rankings, he was projected to go in the 3rd round. He's moved up a lot. Last season, in 62 games, 52 goals, 37 assists, 89 points with the Ottawa 67s. He's a sniper, tireless work ethic, dangerous in the goal areas, great shot, high hockey IQ, soft hands, goes into the dirty areas. He's an underrated playmaker. If you look at his 37 assists, you think he's not much of a playmaker. Apparently he's underrated at that. Oldest first-year eligible player at the draft, which might cause him to drop a little bit. It might, because he's older, and you'd think older players usually should dominate their teams, and he didn't do that exactly. But I don't think that's going to really matter. He's got a very high compete level as well. So Jack Quinn, I have him going to Florida, number 14. And number 15, the last one on this list, I was kind of waffling here. I had Noel Gunler, and I can't remember, I had somebody else in here, Seth Jarvis, and I couldn't decide, and I decided actually on another player. I believe he's from Newfoundland, and that is Dawson Mercer. Now, this is just a guess, and it's probably not even an educated guess. He's just kind of the guy I decided on. So you can beat me up on it, and I'm probably wrong, but that's what I put in there. Let me talk about Mercer. He is 6 feet, 179 pounds, a right wing, like I said, from Newfoundland, Canada. He's not a lock to be a top 15 pick, so like I said, he could drop. He's also one of these guys that has that complete game, I believe, and that could cause him to drop because he doesn't have anything really stand out, I believe. That's before I'm reading what I wrote here. He plays bigger than his size, so he's already 6 feet. Plays a big game. Playmaker and goal scorer. And I wrote something else that I can't read. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Solid complement to a scoring line. So you've got a good scoring line. You need a winger. You pick him up. Top 6 potential. Has an ability to always produce. Strong skater. Good shot, but consistency can be a problem at times with his shot. It didn't specify accuracy if it was the problem, or he doesn't shoot enough. I'm not sure. Has to work on decision making and defensive game. He's young. Those are things that they'll work on. It's not a problem. So he might go there. He might go as far as in the bottom, the next 16. I don't know. But he's the guy. I was really waffling on 15. It gets harder. By 15, you're getting harder a lot. And I settled on him. So that is my early mock draft, my first attempt at it. Like I said, when they decide on what's happening, when the draft will be, what order, like who's in what position and who wins the lottery, I'm going to do another draft because it will be different to some extent. Plus, I might even know a little bit more inside information maybe about who teams might pick, certain teams, who they might pick. So we'll do another draft then. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to give a thumbs up, and while you're on the way down there to do that, leave any comments in the comment section about these guys, who you wouldn't have here and who you would replace, and maybe what order you might change it around. So let me know that in the comment section. And while you're on the way down there, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, ring the notifications bell, and that's going to get you your daily fix from Talking Habs of Bleu Blanc Rouge. I said it wrong. I usually say your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge from Talking Habs. So thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Please stay safe. Wash those hands. Wear a mask. Stay in as much as possible. And watch Talking Habs videos and everybody's videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. And peace out, my friends. See you next video.